page and you decided to drop in. I am Alice, and I've been married for almost 11 years. Tiara, almost 11 years. This August will be 11 years. And I'm super excited. So you guys know, like, August 11th, so you guys know I'm going to be like blowing up your feed with content as we begin celebrating our anniversary. Hey, Shantae. But yeah, I've been married for almost 11 years. I've got 2 boys, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. And they're fun. They're work, but they're fun. And they hold my heart. Oh my goodness. I'm a communications professor, and that has really driven my content. So a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching my students in courses, I'm bringing it to you because it can help us in our relationships. So that's what I'm all about. Stay connected. I want it to be a resource for you. Okay? Hey, Wesley. Stay connected. I want to talk about it a little bit so that you guys know what it does. That's my website, alwaysstayconnected.org. I want it to be a resource. That means I've got some podcasts posted up there where they're interviews about relationships. I have a free resource. If you click on the link on Instagram, it's a date night resource. I love it. It's a great checklist and an activity. We're going to have some events coming up soon. I just want to have a safe space for couples to grow. That's my desire. That's what I want, to create a safe space for us to grow. Rather, that's through the love journal, through marriage prep courses, whatever we can do to assist, that's what we want to do. All right. So let's dive in. Last month, every month, I'm going to try to do a live, and that is the last Sunday of each month. So this is the last Sunday of July, you guys. 2022 is moving, and I want us to level up in our relationships. Even if you're not married, you can level up in your friendships. You can level up in your relationships with your parents, with your siblings. Whatever it is, I think it's time for us to move to the next level. So last month we talked about apologies and the power of a good apology. There is such thing as a bad apology, okay? And we talked about that. If by chance you missed it, I pinned that live on my page. So it's like maybe the 3rd one, and you'll see it. So that was the first one about apologies. And tonight we are going to progress a little bit, okay? Once you apologize, typically a conversation ensues. All right? True, right? Typically after an apology, it starts a conversation. Sometimes we hope that the apology shuts things down. Like you may hear people say, hey, I apologized about that. Why are we talking about it again? Hey, let's not think that way. An apology is the beginning of a conversation, not the end. Okay? So it helps set the stage. It creates a safe space for us to converse more about whatever the issue is. So tonight, we are going to discuss how to maintain healthy communication in a heated situation, aka an argument. Healthy communication in a heated situation. That's what we're going to discuss tonight. All right, so if you are down for this topic, go ahead and put some hearts. You know, give me a little bit of encouragement, like, yes, I could use some tips. And the idea is, most of the stuff I'm going to share tonight probably is not new, but it's beneficial. And it's a good reminder for us. All right. So I figured first I would share a story. This is a personal story between me and my husband. All right. We were in a heated situation a few months ago, and it started over something oh so petty. Can you please say petty? Okay, petty. Why is it that arguments sometimes stem from something so small? Andrew, what up, friend? David, I see you. I see you guys. Yes, Ashley, petty. So this is the story. This is what happened. We were actually in our room. Our bedroom is right here. and we can see the kitchen. So it's morning time. We hadn't really awakened yet. So we're still in bed, but the kids were up, okay? They were awake, and actually our oldest was sitting behind us, and he was fixing some cereal. So he hadn't yet poured the cereal in the bowl. He just had a bowl on the counter, all right? And all of a sudden, it fell. It fell off of the island. Not a big deal. Ladarius and I were in the bedroom, so we saw it. I wanted to prevent Ladarius from saying something, okay? So basically, I did not want him to bring attention to the fact that the bowl was dropped. Okay, simple. That was my goal. And our son, after he dropped it, he sort of looked at us like, are they gonna say anything? And so I was tapping my husband to get his attention as he was speaking. So as I'm tapping him, he's saying, you know, like, son, you know, focus on what you're doing so you don't drop stuff. And that's what I was trying to prevent, that comment. So I was tapping him, and then I was like, shh, 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 shh. You know, shh, don't say that, shh. Petty. But then, dun dun dun, husband looked at me and was like, don't shh me. I'm not a kid. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was not my intention. I just didn't want you to say anything, you know? I didn't want you to say anything about the bowl being dropped. So I was like, oh, well, you know, I tried to clarify, but you guys, it spiraled. I don't even remember how it spiraled, but it spiraled big time. All I know is eventually he said something like, just don't do it again. By this time, we had gently closed the door so that the kids would not hear our conversation. All right, Yasmin. So he said something like, you know, don't do it again. And you guys, I'm now 36 years old, and I have been able to identify some of my triggers. And one of my triggers is being told what to do. So I am sad to say that I did not respond well to that. I didn't. It wasn't my best moment. I'm pretty sure I probably said something to the effect of, don't be so sensitive. And then I remember saying, get over it. Or no, it may not have been get over it. I think it was deal with it. Yeah, not my best moment. And you may say, Alice, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Some of you may say, oh yeah, that's bad. Because what I want you to know is that my tone was disgusting because I felt it. You know how sometimes when you're angry, you feel it. And so you make sure that you put that emotion into your words because you want them to feel it. Deal with it. And that's what I did. I put all the emotions in it, all of it, and just put it out there and drop the mic. And I want you to know, after I said it, in my head, I ran, please, help us. That is what I need. I need help. And maybe you guys can empathize with me. Maybe you've said something, you know, a few times that maybe you shouldn't have said. I don't know. But this is the part that I thought was really good. Whitney, thank you, girl. Thank you for the support, because this was not my best moment. In my mind, I said, Alice, you need to apologize. Right then, you guys, after I dropped the mic, I said, Alice, you need to apologize. You know that was not good. And I also said, ooh, I don't think I really meant that. Like, it just sort of, you know, word vomit, it just slipped out. I was like, I don't really mean that. But guess what? I sat there like a G. You guys, I was a gangster. I sat there and looked like, what? Even though all this stuff is going on in my mind, I'm thinking you shouldn't have said that. You need to apologize. Who knows how he's going to respond, because that was nasty. And we don't have nasty moments. That was somewhat out of character. So I was sitting there with all of this in my mind, and I looked at him like, what? Ashamed, ashamed. This is my shame face. But you guys, I want to thank God right now For a man who is mature, for a husband who is mature, something that I like to say to our couples that we counsel is someone has to be the mature one. Somebody has to be the mature one. And thankfully in this moment, my husband was the mature one. Some of you may know of the scripture that says a soft answer turns away wrath. And that's what he did. He gave such a sweet answer. I don't even remember. I don't even know how he did it because it was heated. It was a heated moment. I felt it in the room. And I was bracing myself because I was like, Alice, whatever happens, you deserve it because you threw that out there. And my pride would not allow me to apologize. And so he said something like, hey, let's just sit, let's just talk about it, let's calm down. And he created an atmosphere that was calm, and then we talked about it. We were able to hash it all out. I apologized because I felt safe in that space. So I apologized and everything was good. But my question to you, and go ahead and put a heart, put whatever you want in the chat. Have you been there before when you allowed pride or defensiveness to get the best of you? This could have been a conversation with your parent. This could have been with your child, a cousin, your spouse. But you simply allowed pride to hinder you from being the mature one in the situation. Or maybe you allowed pride or defensiveness to elevate a situation. Okay, it took it to the next step. Because you guys, it was about a bowl. Literally, we laughed later and said it was about our child dropping a paper bowl, mind you, on the floor. That's how it started. Pride can get the best of us sometimes. And that, my friend, is a hindrance to healthy communication. You guys, we want to eliminate, if we can, minimize pride and defensiveness. And I'm pairing them because often they go hand in hand. Often the more defensive we are is a sign of how prideful we are. I'm going to let that sit. Often we become extremely defensive because we're very prideful. Now let me break it down a little bit. We're not talking about, the good pride, the good self-esteem and all that stuff. We're talking about the pride that says, oh, you think I'm wrong? Oh, you think I shouldn't have done that? Oh, you're going to say that I messed up? That's the pride we're talking about. Okay, that one that comes against unity. Defensiveness and pride, they often go hand in hand. Thank you, Ram Man. When God dropped that one, I was like, ooh. Because that was my problem. I had pride in that moment. And you guys, I was ready to go into an argument, which it's embarrassing to say that I was preparing myself for an argument all because I wouldn't apologize. So, what can we do to maintain healthy communication? What can we do to maintain healthy communication in heated situations? This is what I want you to do. We're going to talk about why pride and defensiveness hinders and then what we can do. So the first thing I want you to think about is when we are defensive, okay, we're not listening. Or at least we're not listening to the maximum potential. All right? Let's see, Miss Pat, what you say? And the person who did the offense against you, they get angry with you when you confront the offense. Sometimes, but offenses need to be confronted. And so the idea is when we are defensive, often we're not listening well. I'm going to tell you, when I'm defensive, this is what I'm listening for. What's wrong with what you're saying? That's what I'm listening for. Why? Because I want to defend myself. I want to prove that you're wrong and I'm right. So I'm not listening for anything besides, no, that's not right. You said I walked in the door first, but actually you walked in the door first. I was after you. We start picking at little details. No, I didn't say that. You said that. And then mom walked in. Mom walked in after you said that. we start picking up little details, trying to poke a hole in the argument. Am I telling the truth? Please let me know. Have you been there before when you found yourself defensive and all you can do is listen for what is wrong? Is it true? Thank you, Shantae. It's true. And now, if we're listening that way, we're not really getting to the heart of the matter. And I'm going to throw one more thing in here. When we are defensive, not only are we just listening for what's wrong, when we are communicating, guess what? Our tone is off. Our facial expressions are off. Our volume may be loud, okay? The body language starts to change. And that, my friend, in itself will take your conversation to the next level. TJ, nothing but the truth. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. It's real. It's real, you guys. So I want to bring attention to this. Okay, I want you to be attentive. Next time you're in a heated situation, I want you to be attentive to how are you behaving and what are you thinking. Am I thinking, oh, they're coming after me, so no, that's not right, that's not right. Am I poking holes in the argument only? Or, here's what we need to be doing. Am I listening for feelings? You guys, what I'm saying is not always easy, okay? I admit, I told you my story. I was guilty, okay? Feelings. Am I listening for feelings? Meaning, Ladarius said, don't do that again. Instead of me jumping to, what? Instead, I should have thought, why? Why is a great question in relationships. Why did he say that? Did he say it because I hurt his feelings? Did he say it because he didn't feel respected? Did he say it because he didn't feel loved? Feelings. Let's identify the feelings behind the words. Did Alice say, what is it that I said? Deal with it? Did she say deal with it because she's angry? And if she's angry, why is she angry? Is she angry because she feels like I'm disrespecting her? You guys, we have to go for the feelings and not the details. Sometimes we start arguing about the little details, and guess what? It doesn't matter who said it first. It doesn't matter if I said then or that and them. It doesn't matter. What matters is the feelings. Why? Because we love them. Why? Because we're trying to salvage this relationship. And if I'm trying to save the relationship, then I should be concerned about the heart. So that's one thing. Feelings. The next thing is we are seeking to understand, which goes into it. It goes into the feelings. David, what's up, friend? Yes, why? Come on, Marcus. Pastor talked about it today, didn't he? Attitudes. He talked about it today. The idea is we want to understand. Realize it's not about defending yourself. It's about understanding your spouse. It's about understanding those you love. And then the last thing I would encourage you to do in this section, I've got more. The last thing I would encourage you to do is seek commonalities. When we are defensive, we're looking for the things that are wrong, all right? We're looking for those things that are wrong in the argument. No, I didn't say that. Nope, she did this first, then I came in. But instead, let's search for commonalities, all right? Commonalities. We both love each other. Because sometimes you can't come up with anything but that. Maybe their thought is so polar opposite to yours that the commonality is we want our marriage to work. The commonality is I love you. The commonality is our marriage is important. This relationship is important. Let's remember what we have in common and allow that to diffuse the situation. Put a heart in the chat if you understand what I am saying. To diffuse the situation, we have to remember love. We have to focus on feelings. We have to look for what we have in common and not the things that we disagree with. All right. So we're almost through. What I want you to think about now, I love it, I love it, I love it. What I want you guys to think about now is, what do we communicate? All right, so now that we know how we should be thinking, what we should be paying attention to, how should we communicate? How should we maintain healthy conversation in a heated situation? And one of the first things that we should do is express appreciation. Now, you may be saying, Alice, really? So we're in an argument and you want me to express appreciation? Yes. Yes, I do. Because that's what's going to diffuse the situation. That's how we maintain healthy communication. First, I need to express appreciation. It could simply be, thank you for sharing that with me. All right? So, for instance, when Ladarius said, I don't like it when you shush me. Or when he was like, don't do that again. Instead of me snapping back, I could have taken the mature road and said, wow, babe, thank you for sharing that with me. I did not realize that would make you upset. I apologize. I apologize for my action. All right, so remember, we're now blending in last session, which was last month about apologies. We're blending it with this one. So we express appreciation, and then it may need to follow, or after needs to be an apology sometimes. Thank you for sharing that with me. I really appreciate it. I apologize for the words, for the mean words that I said. Boom. How can you yell? How can you be upset with an answer like that? That in itself just took it down like 7 notches. So you express appreciation. Do you think you can implement this? I want you to tell me right now. Yes, Alice, I'm going to try to implement this. Put a heart, put a yes, put something if you think that you will be able to implement simply saying something appreciative. Expressing appreciation. That's our first challenge. That's what I want you to do in a heated situation. The next thing is express the commonalities. Remember to express what you have in common. So we expressed, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And there may be an apology. I apologize for the mean words that I said. Then express the commonalities. Babe, we both want our marriage to thrive. We both love each other so much. All right? Once you express the commonality, that right there already diffuses the situation. So we expressed appreciation. We then apologized. Now we're expressing the things that we have in common. We want our marriage to thrive. Or if you want to be specific to the situation, we both love our children. Remember the example I gave you at the beginning of the situation that Ladarius and I had. We can have the common ground of we both want what's best for our kids. That's expressing commonality. These are simple things that will help diffuse the situation. These are simple things that will help us maintain healthy communication in a heated situation. Am I right? Tell me if you think this makes sense. Tell me if you think I'm on the right path. All right, go ahead and let me know. Let me know. These are things, right? So the next thing that I want to encourage you to do is be concise. This can be a little tricky, okay? Some of us are people of many words, all right? Many words. We need to be concise because sometimes when you throw a lot of words out at someone, it can cause them to become defensive, all right? So try to think before you speak. What is it that's bothering me? What is it that I want to communicate so that I can be concise? Okay. Now, remember, concise does not mean without emotion, without feelings. I'm not trying to tell you to be cold. Like, well, you did this. Okay. Remember, we're still thinking about tone. We're still thinking about volume. We're still thinking about facial expressions, okay? So we do not want concision mixed with nasty attitude. No, that is not our goal. But we do want to be concise so that whomever we're speaking with, they do not feel bombarded with words. So they do not feel bombarded with insults. Process, yes, Nisi, process before we respond. I heard once that reactions is what we don't want. We want to give a response. That reaction tends to be just whatever comes to our mind, but a response takes time. Okay? So, let's do a little summary. All right? Our summary includes things that we want. We want to focus on feelings and not details. We want to focus on understanding and not defending ourselves, all right? We want to focus on listening for commonalities instead of listening to poke holes in arguments. And remember, we're pondering all of this because we do not want to be defensive in our communication because that hinders the progress of the conversation. So those are a few things. Other things, we want to be aware of our tone, our volume, and our facial expressions. You guys, what I have realized is I have to calm myself down before my facial expressions, my tone, and everything lightens up. If I respond in the heat of emotion, it's downhill, you guys. It's downhill. So if I respond in the heat of emotion, face is going to be off, tone's going to be dripping with sarcasm, everything's going to be wrong. So take the time to calm down. We have to learn how to respond. All right? We have to learn how to respond. I am here, not sure what happened. So those are things that I want you to consider. And next is remember to express appreciation. Remember to express the things that you have in common. And remember to be concise. All of this packaged together will help us maintain healthy communication in heated situations. What's up, Juan? How you doing, bruh? All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. But I also want you to remember, we have resources. I'm doing this maybe once a month, okay? And I don't want you to feel just left to your own devices until we meet again. Check out my website at alwaysstayconnected.org. I have a page called Media where you can listen to some simple interviews that I've done, where all we're doing is talking about communication. You guys, I love discussing intimacy, vulnerability, all of that stuff. I love it, okay? So as I learn, I love to share this. So check out the resources. I want you to feel that this page on Instagram, my website, the YouTube page, I want you to feel that it's a safe place to get ideas, to learn, because we want to take our relationships to the next level. I know I'm not the only one. I do not want to be in a marriage where it's not thriving, where I'm just in it because I want to be committed. I want to be in a marriage where I can honestly say, yo, I'm happily married. And I want that for all of us. So visit the website, click on my link on Instagram, get your free date night packet. I sort of think I'm the queen of date nights, so I definitely think it is beneficial. Go ahead, get the packet, surprise your spouse with a nice in-home date night. Simple things like that can help build intimacy. And if you don't have the love journal, what are you waiting for? Literally, the love journal. Go to my website, pick it up. Pick up the love journal. My husband and I literally wrote in our love journal like a week ago. We completed an entry. We did an activity. It was great. And the purpose of the love journal is to deepen intimacy. It's a date night in a book. All you need is your journal, a pen, a nice snack, and your boo. And you're good to go. All right? If you're thinking, Alice, all of this is really nice, but my spouse isn't going to do any of that with me, we need help. DM me. Send me a message. My husband and I, we do relationship coaching and we do marriage preparation courses. If you're not married, if you're seriously dating, we do that. DM us. I want to help you. We want to help you. We want relationships to thrive, to grow. Vanessa, you've got your love journal. I love it. It's so fun. Y'all might be able to see it behind me, you know, product placement. But that's all that I have for you all today. Please, oh wait, join me next month. It's going to be the last Sunday of the month. And if you have questions, send them to me. Next month, I'm going to try to do a Q&A. So if you have some questions that you'd like me to answer, it could be about relationships, the love journal, whatever it is, send those to me in my DM and keep an eye on my page because I'm trying to plan a date night, y'all. I'm trying to plan a public date night so that you and your boo can come out and have some fun, meet other couples, and just have a good time and grow in intimacy. That's my goal. I want it to be a resource for you and your spouse. So, as always, let's stay connected. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I truly appreciate it. Yes, Vanessa, date night is going down. Have a single mixer. Ashley, Ladarius is all about helping the singles. So you know you my girl, so we might be able to sneak you into the date night and maybe you can help us out with the event. No problem, Vanessa. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you, Wesley. Girl, I love you, Wesley. What do we say? Yeah, great change is coming. I love it. 2022. Oh my gosh. Yes, Wesley and Ashley, y'all are definitely on my list. I'll be contacting y'all soon. Thank you, sister. Audrey, thank you. Love you. Trey, love you, man. Thanks so much for joining. Christina, woo woo, you ready? Yeah, I need to hit you up too because y'all, I'm gonna need some assistance with this date night. Whitney, what up, girl? Bye, guys. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm hungry. I gotta eat. But this has been real. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you all soon.